Hey everybody, it's Wayne with Watershed Bases. So the last video I made, I was basically cutting out the bodies of the bases with my patterns. I was routering it out, right? What I did after that is I started routering out the cavities for the base. I didn't really want to show that because it's just going to be me just routering. It's not going to be super sexy. It's not going to be super informational. But I can just kind of show you what I did. Okay. Instead of just sitting, I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how to speed up the film where, you can make something that lasts 10 minutes into 2 minutes. I don't know how to do that. I tried downloading a couple of editing tools, software, and I just couldn't get it to work. There's no sound on the video, so it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So I want to show you what the next thing is. I'll show you the cavities that I routed out, kind of show you everything, and then I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do next. All right. So let me just get this real quick. All right, so here's the bases bodies that I cut, or actually I routed out the other day. That one was a little bit hit and miss. I did have some tear out. I think my problem was I left too much of the line, or like an 1/8 inch off the line, so the material that the router was taking out was way too much, and I ended up having some tear out. So I had to fix this one here. If you guys see that, that thing totally blew out. On this one here, you guys can kind of see how this one tore out right here. Again, I'm going to have to kind of round this out. I mean, it's not like I can't sand them out or fix them with wood, but it's just, I don't like when that happens. So here's my pattern for the routering, or my, basically my cavities on the back. So again, guys, if you guys notice, right, center lines. You got to line up your center lines, because if you don't, remember you made that full scale. If you don't have your center lines, you're not going to have anything to line everything up with, and then you're just shooting in the dark. So as long as all your center lines are matching, right, all your cavity is going to match. Now it's kind of hard for me to do this one-handed. Let me kind of scan out. So basically what I do is I do the same thing with the tape. I put the tape on the body first, right, tape, put tape on the pattern or the template, put the super glue, put these things together, right? And then I router it out. Same thing over here. Then if you guys notice, up here, I laid out all the bolts. And I actually gave myself some information, because the thing is, I could go so far without building these bases, I kind of forget what I've done. So I kind of make notes. 3/4 inches deep for the battery cavity. This one here is about 1 5/16 inches deep. What that does is it leaves about 1/4 inch of wood in here. That way when I mount my preamp, it's only about 1/4 inch thick, and it works really good. So then you guys can see what I did up here. I'm going to have these bushings or grommets or whatever you want to call them, washers. It's a 5-bolt neck, just like the carbons are. Right? And then what I did is, after I was done with that, took these guys over, I routed out the neck joint. Here you go. Again, center marks, guys, center marks. You want to line these things up, because if you don't, you're going to be sorry. And so basically this guy here will set your neck joint. Same thing over here. Same thing. It ends up lining up. As long as you got your lines lined up, everything should be pretty good. All right. This is 3/4 inches deep. Also, the neck joint router. Now what I'm going to be doing next is, and what I'll do is I'll kind of show you guys at some point what I do. I'm not going to do the whole video, but you guys can kind of see it. What I've drawn here is a line, right? This is going to be your arm relief on this one and on this one. Basically what's going to happen is it's going to come down about 1/4 inch, and it's going to go from nothing to 1/2 inch, and it goes to nothing. Basically this is what kind of rests we're going to rest your arm, and it relieves it so you're not having a hard edge. Then on the back side, here's your belly cut. Up here. You guys can kind of see it. Go this way. There you go. You can see the belly cut. It starts up at the horn. It's like a 2-inch piece here, and then it runs up to this top here. Now if you guys can take a look here, now you guys can see it's a big sweep. You want a nice, comfortable belly cut in here, even if you don't have a belly, right? I marked 3/4 inch, and it ends up looking pretty good. All right. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use this tool the Shin 2 rasp, and I'm going to kerf this out. Basically, you're just going to be rubbing this thing. And remember, guys, this one here has a super rough edge. That's the top one. And it's got a fine edge down here if you look. And what you're going to be doing, or what I'm going to be doing, is basically just rasping it out, following this contour all the way around, right? All the way. And it's real easy. This thing works really quickly. It's probably, again, it's my favorite tool. This is my favorite part of the body. I love rasping this thing out. It's some work. You sweat your ass off. But the bottom line is it ends up looking great. If you guys look over here at this guy, this is my second base that I built. So you can kind of see, if you can, there's the relief cut, right? And then here, if you guys can see it, let me try to show it this way. There's your belly cut. Let's see what looks best. Maybe I can just kind of tilt it down. It might be hard to see because I got the black base, right? But you guys can kind of see that belly cut right there, right? So it's really imperative, you know, again, that you guys, and there's also, if you guys notice, there's my bridge. There's the holes for my bridge. This is why it's so important doing a full scale layout, because you know everything's going to work, and everything's working off center lines, so it's always going to work unless you totally screw it up. All right. So this will be the next section. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this is helping. For a while there, I was thinking about quitting because I wasn't getting very many views, and lately there's been a spike in views, so I'll keep continuing. Again, what I might do is just film a little bit of the rasping part because I don't want to bore you guys with 20 minutes of me rasping out stuff. And again, I apologize that I don't know how to make super sexy videos. All right. So anyway, this is Wayne with Watershed Bases, and I really appreciate you guys. And hopefully this is giving you guys some motivation or some ideas about designing your own bases. All right. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.